Today we're learning Perek Gimel Aloha Hey Chometz U'Matzah Misha Shochach or Hazed. So we're going to learn about somebody who wasn't Boidik Leil Yudalad, what's the reasons for Bedigas Chometz, and Chometz that he was Mevatel and Pesach is that it's after Pesach, and he found it. The Rambam says Misha Shochach or Hazed. Somebody was either he forgot or he was mazed and he wasn't Boidik and Leil Erbo also. Then he has to check Boidik Abo also b'Shachris. He has to check on the 14th in the morning. Lo Bodak b'Shachris. If he didn't check in the morning, Boidik b'Shachas Habiyur. He does it at the time of when you have to burn it. Lo Bodak b'Shachas Habiyur. He didn't do it all of the 14th. Boidik b'Toich Chag. He does it throughout the Chag. Ava Haregel Lo Bodak. If the regel went by and he didn't check, boidik achar regel. He has to check after the regel. Why? In order to burn that which you find mechometz she'oval Pesach, from chometz that went past Pesach, v'vneishu also b'hanaya. Midrabanan chometz after Pesach is also b'hanor. The Maggid Mishnah cites the Mishnah in Sochim 10 on B. The Rachom say, if you didn't check the 14th, you should check at night of the 14th, you should check on the 14th, etc., etc. And after Pesach, just like the Rambam. But Rashi explains B'Toich HaMoed means not only from Yom Tov itself, but it means from the 6th hour. From the time, doesn't mean the festival, it means the Moed, the time that you have to burn it. And therefore it's called B'Toich HaMoed. And if you didn't check B'Toich HaMoed, Yivdok La'ach HaMoed means from 6 hours until nightfall. Toises asks, why did the Chacham have to say B'Toich HaMoed and not at the time of the Biur? Rabbi Manoach also is of that opinion, and therefore he learns Poshet like the Rif and the Rambam that's talking actually about Pesach. But Toises say B'Toich HaMoed means from the 7th hour until the end of Pesach, and therefore the Rambam places them in one category. If he didn't check and then he should check after Pesach, so that the chometz, which is also ba'ano, should not get mixed with chometz of heter, and he'll come to eat it. What's the reason for b'dikas chometz? So Tosfos explains that Rashi he doesn't explain like the Rambam, that the obligation to check is he should not be over on Bal Yirah. And after Pesach, then there's no reason to check because he won't be over on Bal Yirah. Tosfos learned that the top reason for the b'dika is that he shouldn't find something and come to eat it. And therefore, even after Pesach, he has to check. So he shouldn't have the chometz that's also ba'achilo, she'oval Pesach, with chometz of heter. Rabbeinu Manoach explains the Shittas Arif, that it's like the Rambam. B'Toich HaMoed is talking about on Pesach itself. After Moed is after Pesach passed by. B'Toich HaMoed in the festival means B'chol HaMoed, not Yom Tov. Yom Tov, you can't do anything with the chometz anyway. It's muktzah because it's also betiltel, it's also ba'ano. Anything that's also ba'ano, and furthermore, they b'chol hamoyed, they weren't goiza. Maybe he'll come to eat it because he remembers it's Pesach. What's chometz shebitel? And then Pesach went by. So the Rambam continues. Of our regel, if the festival went by and he didn't check it, he checks it after the festival. In order to burn that which he finds. Chometz that went after Pesach is also ba'ano, as we said earlier, midrabanan. We'll turn the next page. So Rabbeinu Manoach has a question. Since bidul chometz before the time of its issur, he made it like over ba'almo, why after the Chag is it also ba'ano? And he answers that somebody who's nena from chometz after Pesach shows that he really didn't have intent when he was nullified it to be nullified. And this proves to begin with that what he did was not actual, and he was over on his chometz, and therefore the chometz is also after Pesach. Furthermore, he explains, since he didn't check at all, we suspect that what he said is just for people to know about it, but he really didn't mean it. And we find in the Yerushalmi, Perek Beis Halacha Beis, it says, Bitel Chemze Yara Pesach Mau. What happens if a person would be matal the chometz after Pesach? Meaning, Bitel Chemze, if it was matal, what's it in after Pesach? Omar B'Yochanan also ba'ano. B'Yochanan says it's still also ba'ano, because we're afraid that he was tricking everyone, and he only nullified it so that he won't be over by Yura, but he wants to keep the chometz. Therefore, we find him to make also the chometz ba'ano. So we have a chiddush, a chometz that was nullified, even though he wasn't even by Yura by Yamotza. Since Pesach went by, it's also ba'ano. Therefore, we have to check and take out the chometz after Pesach if you didn't check before, and get rid of it from the world. In the Sefer Divrei Chaim, from the father of the Imrei Bino, Rabbi Yitzchak Auerbach, he brings down the Rabbeinu Menoyach, that it's talking about where he was Mavatal, and he didn't check at all. And he adds that even if he was in the hospital, he couldn't check, since he didn't keep the Akonos Chachomim to be voidik, and to burn it, where we do not accept his bittul, and we assume it was trickery, and therefore it's forbidden the chometz v'dano. Halacha l'maisa. The Shulchan Aruch paskins. If you didn't check on Lev Yudalit, you should check on Yom Yudalit. And Mishnah Berurah adds that after the b'dika, he should be mevatel before the 6th hour. But if he remembers just in the 6th hour, it doesn't help bitul, because his chometz is also ba'ano, and it's Iev Shalavatlo. Midrabanan, it's also Bano. Mamshech HaMachaber. The Machaber continues. Whatever hour he remembers, he has to check right away. The Mishnah Berurah says, lest he should forget to check. Machaber says, if he wasn't boidik the 14th, he should check on B'toich HaPesach. So the Mishnah Berurah says it's talking about that he was already nullified the chometz, but he didn't check it, even though he wasn't over by Yura by Yemotza. Maybe he'll come to eat it when he'll see it by accident. Just like Teresa says, we're afraid he'll find a good piece of cake and he'll eat it by accident. And he has to check even on Yontiv, even though he can't burn it. Still, he has to know where it is to put a vessel on it to keep it separate until Motzi Yontiv. And there are those who say that you should only check in Chol HaMoed, like Rabbeinu Menoyach. The Pri Chodesh is Machriya. If he was Mevatel before Pesach, he can be boidik even beyond it. But if he was Mevatel before Pesach, then he should wait till Chol HaMoed. Machaber says further, Im Lo Bodak B'Torah Pesach. If he didn't check on Pesach, he should check after Pesach. Kadesh Lo Yikoshel B'Chometz. He shouldn't have a stumbling block of eating Chometz She'ova all over Pesach, which is also Ba'ano Midrabanan. Al-Abdika, after Pesach, you shouldn't make a bracha, because it's mutter to leave the chometz and to eat it. The chometz she'oval Pesach also mishum knas. It's only a fine that the chacham fined him, and since he's checking only to separate it from the chometz, which is mutter, therefore you don't make a bracha. But on a b'dika that's in Pesach, he would have to make a bracha, even though he was mevatel. We'll go to the next page. We'll continue Perek Gimel Halacha Vov Mitzvah Hashem in the next year.